High in the mountains of northern Philippines is Sagada, a small town with a rich history and strong cultural traditions. The Igorot people have lived here for centuries, closely connected to the land, the cliffs and the valleys. Terraced rice fields, above-ground cemeteries, and quiet trails hint at the way people have adapted to life in these mountains. Walking through the town and the surrounding valleys, you start to understand why Sagada feels different from anywhere else. Today we're heading into the valley to see one of the town's most well-known traditions, the hanging coffins. Well guys, welcome to Sagada, or Sagada, a little town in the mountains, high up in the mountains, and it's very famous for ancient traditions, caves, waterfalls, and there's something we're going to show you later, which is an ancient tradition from 2,000 years, which is cool. The weather is not great. Yeah, it's a cool little town so far. I kind of feel like I'm in like a Swiss town up in the mountains, but it's nice. It's not too cold. I thought it'd be much colder, but we're still going to brace the rain. I forgot to bring swim shorts, so I'm just going to have to go in my boxers. But yeah, let's see what fun we can do. And here's our room. Gaff and Sagada. Beautiful. Ow! Oh, just banged my head. So I think we are at the start of the Echo Valley Trail. I'm not too sure though, because no one speaks English. So I'm just gonna follow the leader. How's it going? You okay?
Follow the leader.
Yeah, these are the leaders, I'm following them.
Yeah!
So if I don't explain much, I'll try my best, I'll do a voiceover later. Before reaching Echo Valley, the trail passes through Sagada's cemetery. Built by American missionaries in the early 1900s, it reflects both local traditions and foreign influence. Unlike most cemeteries, the tombs here are placed above ground, shaped by the Rocky Mountain soil. Among those buried is William Henry Scott, an American historian who spent much of his life in Sagada, preserving the stories and traditions of the Igorot people. His grave stands as the last link between this community and the outside world. It's always a positive start to a tour when you start in the graveyard. It's now a 2-hour hike, I believe. I may be wrong. And there's some magical things to see along the way. They call it Echo Valley because the cliffs shout your voice back at you. But locals believe it isn't just an echo. It's the spirits answering, granting permission for the dead to rest. That's why shouting here is forbidden, except during funerals.
No, but we are not allowed to shout. Yeah? The only time it's allowed to shout here is if there is a burial down below. Okay? The reason why they shout is that they have to ask permission to the ones down below that there is a new arrival.
Always use the long way, ha? So, we proceed to the long path. Si Kuya, ha? Papatayin mo pa ka.
So from here, you can see, probably not on the camera, but there's some coffins that are outside. And they're known as the hanging coffins. This place is called Echo Valley because when they bury someone, people shout and there's loads of echoing through the valley, but you're not allowed to shout until someone dies. So we won't get to do that today, but we are going to take the long walk now. He said there is a shortcut, but it's jumping off a cliff and you end up in the coffin. So probably not what we want to do today. Can we just take a moment to say that before we came on this tour, I told this geezer to wear proper shoes. And he decided to come in flip-flops. And now he's struggling. No pain, no gain, right?
bloopers.
Cheers. When someone dies, the Igorot people believe that the spirit should live free. At first, the dead were buried in caves, but the graves were often disturbed by animals and even humans. To protect them, the coffins were placed on the side of cliffs, suspended above the ground. Today, these hanging coffins remain a powerful symbol of respect for the dead. Before the coffins are hung along the cliffs, the deceased undergo a unique 3-day ritual. During this period, the body is seated on a special bamboo or wooden chair in a semi-upright position, allowing the spirit to linger close to the living. Family members honour their loved ones with prayers, offerings, and rituals that prepare the soul for its journey. After 3 days, the family carefully transports the body to the cliffside burial site. Since the coffins are placed high above the valley floor, the Igorot construct scaffolding along the cliff walls, using bamboo poles and ropes to reach the proper height safely. Before placement, the deceased are positioned in a fetal pose, symbolising a return to the womb and the start of a new journey. Each coffin is marked with the individual Ziggurat name, preserving their identity and honouring their memory for generations.
The rituals, they're going to have a meeting. They'll get the Igorot name from the ancestral child. That's why it's very easy to know which clan they came from. To get an Igorot name, it's not just being given. It must come from the clan. Okay? That's why it is not the parents who are going to choose the name, it is the elders. Okay? But the Christian name, it's the parents. Yeah? Alright.
So the guide was just saying that the people of Sagada and the mountain province are called Igorots, and their belief is that when you die, your spirit lives free, which is why they don't bury you underground. They bury you in coffins along the cliff edges, so it's above ground, protected from the animals, and they can come and they worship. Cool.
Kain muna natin silang matapos. Ha? Ganun po sila dito. Pila-pila lang po.
Alright, well guys, now we need to go up the treacherous stairs that we came down, so I may end up getting buried in the side of a cliff.
You went to Bicol?
Yep.
Your Bicol is very new.
Yeah, yesterday. Oh my god. I need to get fit, man. These stairs are a killer. How many times a day do you climb these?
Oh, it depends.
The Igorot people are fit. Very fit people.
Yeah.
Now I know why there's a cemetery at the start of the tour. These are the people who didn't make it up the stairs. Soon to be me, I think. In the next episode, we go deep dive into a cave. I almost get stuck, and I handle some private business.
Yes, sir.